10 behaviors that kill relationships. Tension and conflict are an inevitable part of any relationship. It might be a moment when he said he would text you at the end of a night hour after being with his friends and he didn't. It might be the moment where he interacts with someone in a way that makes you feel jealous, or maybe he was blasé about something that was really important to you or forgot something, a promise that he made to you. The tension in these moments is inevitable, but damage to the relationship is not. You see, it doesn't necessarily matter what you argue about, but it does matter how you argue about it, and most of us have some kind of reactions that we do when we're feeling scared and hurt that destroy instead of developing the relationship. I want you to take a moment to be really honest with yourself and think about what yours are. What's your pattern? I'll name a few and I want you to see which of these you can relate to. 1. We go silent. When our partner does something we don't like, we go into ourselves and we give them the silent treatment. 2. Unacceptable behavior in a relationship. It is wrong to tell everything to friends. Any close relationship necessarily has its secrets. If you let other people into your personal world, even if it seems completely innocuous, it can destroy the sense of trust your partner has in you and your relationship. If your partner finds out about this, he or she may experience a feeling of betrayal or even humiliation. Yes, a look at the relationship from the side is often useful. It allows you to see those things that you don't notice. But be careful. They are often even more biased than your own. If you regularly share experiences with your friends, they may have a feeling that the relationship brings you only discomfort. Thus, you will get the corresponding advice. 3. Storm off. We make a point of getting out of their vicinity, not giving them a chance to talk to us, but instead just disappearing. 4. We label our partner. Instead of saying that was a selfish thing you did, we say you're a selfish person. 5. Addictive behaviors in relationships. It is wrong to be together all the time. Constantly addictive people often become so intrusive and dependent that it can push away their partners who can't bear the excessive need for feelings. Learn to spend time with someone else after you have reached a conscious willingness to devote yourself to each other. You don't need to constantly ask your loved one if your relationship is really important to him or her. As positive manifestations can be considered those cases when your partner doesn't forget to call or text you, treats you courteously, tries to please you, etc. Also, it can be some other manifestations that are specific to your couple. All this should help you reduce anxiety about your relationship. 6. You make the argument black and white. He's wrong, you're right, and there is no room for interpretation or for listening to both sides of the argument. 7. Instead of communicating with him, you simply vent to your friends, often vilifying him in their eyes in the process. 8. You go on the attack with vicious comments that are designed to inflict pain, not solve problems. 9. Disrespectful relationship behavior. To compare your relationships with someone else's. A common reason for dissatisfaction with existing relationships is some comparison with others. Doing so, you show your disrespect because you don't accept your partner as he or she is. 10. Controlling behaviors. Relationships. It is wrong to control everything. One of the most common causes of breakups is the lack of trust. It can be justified when a partner has already given you a reason to doubt, and groundless. However, the partnership assumes that both feel calm and confident that another person doesn't cheat, deceive, or hurt. If this feeling doesn't exist for some reason, then a relationship is doomed. 11. Condescending behavior in a relationship. It is wrong to perceive your partner as a given, underestimating his or her role in your life. When relationships become mature, people often begin to think that the usual benefits of life remain with them forever. In some sense, this is normal and appropriate. It even helps build relationships. However, it is worth considering from time to time what your life would be without your partner. How would this affect your daily existence, general well-being, your thoughts, and happiness in the future? What we have to remember about these reactions are that they are reactions to fear that we're not enough, fear that we won't be loved, fear of abandonment, or fear that we chose the wrong partner in life. When we're afraid, we do crazy things. Why? Because we're all a little messed up. We all are, and although we're working on that, and we all are, especially if you're watching this channel, we know that in the meantime, while we're working through our own issues, we have to have better response systems for dealing with conflict, because even though we might not fully have a handle on every single one of our emotions in every given moment, what we can control is our reaction to those emotions. So what are the trained responses that we should be working on? Instead of going silent, speak instead of disappearing, stay and solve instead of labeling your partner and denigrating their character. Focus on the behavior you didn't like instead of making things black and white. Allow for nuance in the argument, allows for complexity. One of my favorite phrases in life is, why can't both be true? Why can't it be true that something he did was selfish and also that he didn't really mean to be, or that maybe you overreacted at the moment? Why can't both be true? Instead of going to your friends with a propaganda campaign on how badly he acted, choose one person or two people that are grounded, that helped you organize your thoughts, and then go back to him to talk and use restraint with the kind of words and phrases and attacks that tomorrow you will wish you could take back. Look, when we're feeling vulnerable or afraid, we all have our own special brand of crazy, but when the intoxication of fear wears off, all we will be left with is the reaction we are ashamed of. When I see someone acting in weird or wonderful ways, I don't see a crazy person, I see someone who's scared. But what we have to be big enough to realize is that relationships are made or broken in the moments of conflict and tension. We have to learn how to navigate those moments, because that will be the difference between finding and keeping lasting love or losing it forever. I'll see you next week, you.